with a suicide door like this one here that hinges, especially if your back.
Hey guys, Randy with Pete's RV TV today. Today I want to take a quick second and talk about park power and low voltage situations. So with it being the 4th of July weekend, lots and lots of people will be at those campgrounds, and this is a great time to test and see what the park is providing you once you plug your property into the power they're supplying. And so when we typically plug something in, we plug it in and the lights come on and things work, the microwave comes on and we call everything good and we're ready to rock and roll, we're ready to go camping. But what I would like you to do this weekend, because let me backtrack here for a second. Campers have more and more capabilities. They have more and more electronic devices applied to them, making them a lot more like our houses that are more power demands on the park's grids. And as the park gets a little older, the grid can get a little antiquated. And when you have a busy weekend like the weekend that we have coming up, with lots and lots of people with new RVs, with multiple air conditioners and electric hot water heaters and air fryers and griddles and all sorts of things that we're plugging in to that campground's grid, it can unfortunately create a low voltage situation and even go into what we would call a brownout. So I have devices that can protect you from this. There is surge protectors that will actually shut your power off when we get into those brownout voltages, which is below 103. But I'd like you guys to see what's going on in the campground while you guys are using your camper, just so you can know if you need to protect yourself or not. What I want you to do is get yourself plugged in, get all set up for camping, do everything that you would normally do. And then in the middle of the day when you're kind of relaxing or sitting in the camper to try to keep cool, I would like you to check to see what your power is. So when we plug the camper in and we are not putting a load on our electrical system that the campground would be supplying, i.e. we don't have a big ticket item on, we don't have the air conditioner on, we're not running the microwave, the hot water heater is not working on electric right now because we didn't just use a bunch of hot water. So when we're not pulling power, we're going to see pretty decent voltages. And I've got a couple devices plugged in here. I've got an electrical tester that actually shows voltage. So this is kind of rare. Most of them will just show a couple lights. This one actually shows voltage on it, so kind of cool. So these are relatively inexpensive. You can pick one up at a Home Depot or a Lowe's. Good thing to have handy. Also checks to make sure that polarity is correct and what have you as well. So that thing's reading voltage. And then I have my multimeter. So I have this guy here. I've got this plugged in. It doesn't matter positive or negative. If you plug it into both the elongated slots, it will show you voltage. You might just see a negative in front of the voltage that it's producing. If you've got the backwards, the longer on the outlet, the longer hole in the outlet, the longer slot in the outlet, that is the neutral wire or the negative. So that's where the black would go if you want to do it appropriately, for those who don't know. So what I want to do is just plug something in where I can see power, and then I want to put a load on it. And I want to do this in the middle of the day where everybody else is putting a load on it as well, because we can really see at that point, we've stressed the system and we can see what we're really being supplied when we ask it to supply us something. So I've got both of those things plugged in for you guys to see. I'm going to pull the temperature down here on my thermostat to get the air conditioner to come on. First thing we'll have come on will be the fan, and it's that compressor, that low pitch hum, which is really going to show the power draw. So we've heard the fan kick on there, and I do see my power dropping. I'm reading in that 120 range right now. I'm plugged into a really good power source. So we just saw it drop to 113 when that compressor came on, and I'm on a dedicated circuit going into a panel on where I'm plugged in right now at the dealership. So I'm on really good power. Could you imagine being plugged in with a whole bunch of other people on the same line? So right now with compressor on air conditioner, I went from 120 to 113. 113 is not bad. 113 is still good, but we saw a 7-volt drop on a really good circuit on a dedicated electrical 30 amp plug with going back to the electrical panel on its own circuit. So at the park, when there's lots and lots of people doing this, going into the same electrical panel and the same transformer, we can see it dip a lot lower than that. So I would just like you guys to perform this simple test so you can see what happens to voltage when you are at the park on a busy weekend. See if you're damaging your camper or not. Remember, you're plugging your property into an unknown power source and expecting it to be good. It may not be, and if it isn't, it could damage your gear. Make sure you're protecting yourself. Thanks for watching Pete's RV TV with Randy today. I look forward to seeing you on the road. Happy camping, and happy 4th of July.